ladies and gentlemen, what we've got so far is our story. So if I run it, excuse me, there you go. But now what I want to do is get the person reading the story to be able to change things in the story to make it theirs. So, instead of having a frog, I want the person to choose what animal they want. So, I'm going to do input. Please enter an animal that you want for this story. So that's my little message. Input, well, what do you think it does? Come on. It allows you to enter something into the story. It allows the person to type. It allows it to be interactive. So watch. There you go. Now I'm allowed to type. I'm going to type in, I want the animal to be a dog. Now, so I've typed in dog, but it's still saying frog here. That's because our computer cannot remember what we've typed. So we typed in dog here, but it forgets it straight away. It's like that fish in Finding Nemo, which keeps forgetting things all the time. So what we want to do is make our computer to remember. So watch. As it's an animal that we want to remember, I'm going to do animal equals input. Please enter the name you want for this story. Okay. Now, if you have a look, what I'm going to do is delete the word frog. And I'm going to put the end of the speech mark there. Okay, so once upon a time there lived a... I'm going to put in a comma. Now, if I type in dog, it's going to get stored in animal. It's going to remember in this here called animal. So if I type in animal, comma. Okay, so it'll say, once upon a time there lived a... If I type in cat, it'll say cat instead of animal. If I type in monkey, animal will become monkey, and that'll become monkey. So watch. I'm going to type in monkey. There you go. Once upon a time there lived a monkey called Lewis. Now, if I forgot to take out and put in the extra speech marks and a comma, and I just type in the word animal, if I run it now, it'll say please enter an animal you want. I want dog. But it'll say once upon a time there lived an animal, because it's not picking up this variable. This is called a variable. So what happens is we type in the animal we want, it gets stored in this variable. That means we can use it in our story over and over again once the user's typed it in once. So watch. Close speech marks, comma, comma after the variable, and open up the print again. Now, print. The best thing about this animal is that it is very strong. Okay, so if I type in cat, it'll say once upon a time there lived a cat. It'll then say Lewis was a good frog. It'll then say, in fact, why would it say Lewis is a good frog? That's right, because I haven't put animal in as a variable. So, one hot day, Lewis decided to take a walk because he was bored. The best thing about this cat is that it's very strong. So if I run it now, I want it to be a whale, which is a mammal or whatever. Once upon a time there lived a whale called Lewis. Lewis was a good frog. One hot day Lewis decided to take a walk hop because he was bored and was a gangster frog. The best thing about this whale is that it's very strong. So every time you see an animal, so every time you see frog, I want to replace that with animal. So speech mark, comma, animal. There you go. Excellent. Now, the second thing I want to do is replace our hero name. So get rid of Lewis. I want it to be our hero name, because Lewis is going to be our hero of the story. I'm going to put hero. Please enter the name of our main hero. I'm going to replace Lewis. Same thing again. What I want to do is close speech marks, comma, hero. There you go. Same with this one. I want speech marks to start there. Get rid of this. Type in hero, comma. So it'll be whatever we type in was a good whatever. So watch. Pig Levin. Once upon a time there lived a pig called Levin. Levin was a good pig. Now every time I want to use a hero's name, I'm going to use the variable hero, comma before it, and speech marks after it. I need to take out frog because it's a variable animal. So comma animal. Now, the variable, we can use it over and over and over again as many times as we want. We type it in once and we can use it over and over and over again. Okay? So, I want you to use variables to customize your story, to make it as customized as possible. So, for example, instead of having it one hot day, you can get the user, so, weather equals input. Please enter the weather for our story. So yeah, again, we're going to have one weather. There you go. Pig, Levin, Stormy. Oops, I forgot to put day. I'm an idiot. So if I go back, so this says one stormy Levin. Not good. So I'm going to go back to one weather, comma, day. There you go, speech mark. So one stormy day, etc, etc. So every time you want the user to change the story to make it more interactive, you need to create a variable and make the variable sensible. If I typed in Crewhead, I'm not going to be able to remember Crewhead all the time whenever I want to call an animal's name. So animal's sensible. So every time you want to make something interactive in the story, you need to create a variable. You then need to allow the person to enter a value into the variable. You then need to use the variable. So look, what I mean by using is this. Age, input. Please enter the age of our hero. So there we go. Crocodile. Lewis again. Once upon a time there lived a crocodile called Lewis. Lewis was a good crocodile. Please enter the weather for a story. Sunny. Age 10. One sunny day, Lewis decided to take a walk hop because he was abroad and was a gangster crocodile. The best thing about this crocodile is that it is very strong. Now, I've entered age here, but I haven't actually used it in my story yet. So remember to use a variable in your story and to basically print it out somewhere. And that is how you do interactive stories so far. Thank you, and goodbye.